Four-time Stanley Cup champion Claude Lemieux has died. Just this past Monday, he carried the pregame torch into the Bell Centre ahead of the Canadiens' Game 3 against the Hurricanes. Lemieux was selected by Montreal in the second round of the 1983 draft. He won championships with the Habs, the Devils, and Avalanche. He also had stints in Phoenix and San Jose. Claude Lemieux was 60 years old.
They said he just dropped the puck at the Canadiens hockey game as they were deep in the playoffs, and now they're eliminated. And then he dies right after? I don't know about that. And he has 4 Stanley Cup victories with different, the Avalanche, the Devils, and the Canadiens. 4-time Stanley Cup champion. Dead at 60. Claude Lemieux. Now, he was kind of like a feisty right winger, is what they say. Elite. He was actually on the hockey team when we had one out here in Arizona for a little bit. He played 21 seasons. Known for physical play, agitation, a knack for scoring big goals. He established himself as the ultimate villain on the ice while building an incredibly decorated resume. They say he self-deleted himself. Right? Dead at age 60. So he played for the... let me see if I can get a list. How many teams did Claude Lemieux play for? 6. Canadiens, Devils, Coyotes, Avalanche, Stars, and Sharks. Now, it doesn't say how he deleted himself. It just said he deleted himself. And when I look on Google, check this out. It said, I just typed this in right now. No public records or reports indicating that former NHL player Claude Lemieux has died. You see this? And I even asked again, and it says there appears to be a misunderstanding as Claude Lemieux, the former professional hockey player, is still alive. You would think this would be updated, right? You would think, right? I would think so. And look at the Stanley Cup Finals tomorrow, Game 1. Carolina versus the Golden Knights. But Carolina just beat his team that drafted him, the Montreal Canadiens. Right here. Friday, May 29th. See that? And I believe they said Claude Lemieux's body was found May 28th, the day before. And then they said he dropped the puck at one of the games. On top of that, and then he's gone. They haven't updated his... They didn't put a death date. It just says May. But again, I believe they say they found his body May 28th. You see that right there? So I'm gonna show you a few things, okay? Now check this out, and you're gonna hear this cat going wild still that my daughter's babysitting. This cat is just going insane. So I apologize if you hear the cat going wild. Maybe it's good cat energy. Look at this, though. Claude Lemieux is born on the 16th. And look at that closing game with the team he drafted him. They lose and they're bounced out of the playoffs. The Canadiens. Look at the score. They scored 1 and Carolina scored 6. And then he was born on the 16th. Even Claude equals 116 in the reverse cipher. That's his name. Claude has 116. That is like 16. All of this stuff is by this pattern with the language and the numbers. Even Carolina's got the C like Canadians, C like Claude. I see this code. Okay, look at this. 16 syncs up with the score. 116, born on the 16th. He's even 6'1" inches tall, 6'1". Now look at this, because game 4 of the Stanley Cup 96, this was with Colorado. He was on the team. And it was in 4 games that Colorado swept the Panthers. Look at game 4, June 10th, 6/10, like 61. Something has to give. Even Monday, I'm recording this today, and this is trending June 1st, 6/1. Self-deletion, SUICIDE. I don't want to get shadow banned even more on a fake platform. Look, self-deletion 119, flip the 9 and it's 116, again like 16, like 61. Now this 119, which is also, it's like 19. That number, 1990 and 91, 199, has been popping up. Remember, S is the 19th letter of the alphabet. Who's in the NBA Finals? The San Antonio Spurs, SS. Who won the Super Bowl? In the NFL, Seattle Seahawks, SS. Look, Stanley Cup champion, S. You see that? So, what's up with that, right? Again, I see these patterns and I want to share them with you. These are actors playing roles. He may have died, right? But the way this is given to us with the story, I don't know. What's up with these patterns? It's by some kind of code. You see? Seahawks, Seattle, San Antonio Spurs. Doesn't mean the Spurs are going to win, but they have that energy as they're involved in the game. Patterns, the language. Claude Lemieux, the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, said Thursday the deputies responded just after 3 a.m. to the scene of an apparent self-deletion at the family's furniture store in Lake Park, Florida. The office said the victim was believed to be Lemieux. Believed. Isn't that weird? Believed to be Lemieux. Isn't that strange with what we were just talking about? With, is this just a story and a script? Who was found in a rear warehouse by one of his sons. Believed to be. So they wouldn't be lying if it wasn't true. That's what they believed. 49 days before his birthday. You even flip that 9, it's 46. Claude equals 46. Very similar, huh? You know what else equals 46? Sacrifice equals 46 in this code. He dies at age 60. 6 different teams he played for. 60 is like 6. His next birthday, 60 numerology. Stanley Cup champion as well with the New Jersey Devils. Devil like 666. He's got 22 on his jersey right there. Dead equals 22. In this code, where numbers are or letters are converted to numbers, which is already a thing. It's not an opinion of mine. It's a real code with the language. You know, you've heard songs, A, B, C is easy as 1, 2, 3, the alphabet they taught us as well. The movie titled Murder by Numbers. What about the Jim Carrey movie 23? I may have to watch that one again. Claude Julien. This is a NHL coach or assistant coach or something. He's got the name Claude. He currently is 66 years old, born in 1960. So you get the same name, Claude, hockey affiliated. He happens to have 60s associated with him as I speak. Claude Lemieux, Claude Julien. Look at the 6 connection. What's going on here? Even Colorado, did I mention that earlier? Colorado's got the C as well, like Claude. He played for the Coyotes. C. They're, maybe not all the teams he played for had the C, but that's a lot of C's. How about this? We're speaking about Claude Lemieux and his death. When you think of Claude Lemieux, I think of another great hockey player, Mario Lemieux. And then Jean-Claude Van Damme, the actor, born 13 days. Well, Mario Lemieux, born 13 days before Jean-Claude Van Damme's birthday. And Jean-Claude Van Damme is born in 1960, y'all. Look, Claude Lemieux, Mario Lemieux, Jean-Claude Van Damme. And then Mario Lemieux and Jean-Claude Van Damme got the birthdays close apart like that. Come on. And then another 60. What are the odds? How is that going to all line up like that? And it's not some kind of coded script. Trying to play it.
Absolutely tragic news from the NHL as Claude Lemieux, one of the most physical, toughest and most polarizing players, has died after taking his own life on Thursday. That's according to the authorities. He was 60 years old, and nobody really could have seen this coming. Just this week, Lemieux fired up the crowd as the Montreal Canadiens torchbearer prior to Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Final.
So that's another 3. So you got 3s, you got 6s. And again, he's associated with the New Jersey Devils as well.
His prolific career spanned over 2 decades across 6 franchises, most notably with the Canadiens, New Jersey Devils, and the Colorado Avalanche. He played right on the edge and is maybe best known for his controversial hit from behind on Detroit's Chris Draper during the 1996 conference finals. The dangerous check broke Draper's orbital cheek, nose and jawbones. But the four-time Stanley Cup winner also was clutch, especially in the postseason where he scored 80 goals, 9th most in NHL history, including 19 game-winning tallies in his career. After retiring from the ice, Lemieux became a player agent and represented more than a dozen clients in the
Right? A feisty player. And that fight, I believe, shortly after that big hit on Chris Draper with the Red Wings. So, known for his toughness, his feistiness. Looks like his physical play. And again, something has to give, man. That's a good amount of success. And it's Google saying that he's still alive. I don't see any explanation of what form of self-deletion. The authority said they believed it was him. I don't know. But you don't have to agree with my opinions. But these are all facts I gave you. Is it going to skip? No. These are all facts I gave you. Right? I said something has to give. So, again, now the Stanley Cup finals kick off. And then his team was just eliminated? Come on. So this is the Stanley Cup finals. Vegas versus the team that knocked out the team that drafted Claude Lemieux, the Carolina Hurricanes. Claude Lemieux. Look at how Lebanon's up there. Like LeBron. LeBron. Expect some big LeBron news soon. Claude Lemieux, the feisty 4-time Stanley Cup champion for Avalanche, Colorado. The New Jersey Devils and the Habs, who are the Montreal Canadiens, the team that drafted him, dies at age 60. It's by a code, I'm telling you.